Hello and welcome to My Game Collection Part 6, PC or computer games. You actually need a PC, more or less powerful, depends on the game, and well, you need a disk drive. I'm the kind of guy, I'm like a bit old school, I like my stuff physical. I mean, Steam is nice. At first I was like, Steam, this new shit. Everything digital, nothing in hand, what is if it shuts down? Yeah, well, hardly unlikely that Steam ever goes kablooey and is not around, but if that's the case, you spend a lot of money, well, even with sales, and yeah, you don't have any stuff which you can play. With physical discs, depends on how old it is, it's different. You're lucky and you can play it still. And before we start, a big sorry at this point. It's a lot of games, so a lot. I have a lot of PC games, not counting my digital stuff on Steam or Origin, Ubisoft, whatever. So I have to split this into parts. So we will have a part 6 and a part 7. We start with big cases, big boxes like this, and the next part will be a bit smaller stuff like this. Which brings us to the first game, Blood Omen Legacy of Kane. This is the actual thing which belongs in there. Here's just some manuals, some guides in there from several games. I like this box, it's old, so I'm not giving it away. It's a top-down RPG type of game. As I said, it's old. It's the first installment of the Legacy of Kane saga, and well, it's hard, but you still can play this on a modern computer, but you have to fiddle around with it and make it like work. It's like hard, and I have to make some room to actually put stuff where what I shown. So it's an enjoyable game, but there are later installments in the Legacy of Kane saga which are better graphically and gameplay wise, but if you want the full experience, still if you played all those games, which I did, the Legacy of Kane saga is a myth to this day. It's not everything resolved and there's no new game coming out, sadly. So yeah, so with that out of the way, the first move on to the next one, to Gothic 3. The last real Gothic installment in the franchise. This is the collector's edition. It came with a cloth map, pendant like an amulet, and like a digital booklet. I really love Piranha Bytes and I really love the Gothic franchise, but yeah, this is luckily now playable nowadays. As it came out, it was a bugfest hell-wise, and I bought this right away. The collectors like Piranha Bytes won't let me down, and I got disappointed. Has nothing to do with the developers per se. The studio here see, which is the publisher at the time, it's Jowood. They said we need this out now. They said like we need more time. Like yeah, we want the Christmas market. So they thrown out the game. It was not really done. They at least needed a year to 1.5 years to actually finish and polish the game. But yeah, luckily with the fandom in the back, it got finished and got some community badges. It's a good game today. It's not perfect by far, but it's a good game and now playable. This also has something like this. I don't know where I have it. It might be in this box. I don't dare to open it because yeah, it's a lot of a hassle. But the only downside you had with this is you got a disc box, a small one like a shown, but you had to print out your cover that was on the disc. You bought a collector's edition for like 60 or more, got this but no cover, so you actually had to print out your cover, which is like a real bummer. It's like, that's the no-go. The game is from 2006, it's a bit older, I mean, not as old as Legacy of Kane, Blood Omen 1, but still at the time, fans were pissed, not only because of the box. As I said, you buy a collector's edition and you have to print your own cover for the discs, which is like, nah, you don't do that. Next one is, I think it was also a collector's edition. It had a slip cover which fallen apart, so that's why I only have this. It's Alan Wake. It's a horror game, and yeah, I got it in a little sales box for like 10 or so. It was on sale, not really liked. I'm not too much into horror games, but this is pretty good. It's not the splatter, splashy, bloody kind of types. It's more for the jump scares and everything. It's pretty good what it does. Story is amazing. Soundtrack is great. This, amongst some other games, when you have this version physically, you actually can enter your game key, which is required to activate the game in Steam, and it will give you a version to download this game on Steam itself. Alan Wake is one of those games where that actually works. There are a handful of games. Not all people know that. Highly recommend this. I mean, this is better. The back is just black. I bought this before I bought the anniversary edition, which I show in a moment, of Oblivion. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is a great game. It's one of the best RPGs I played, but they're better. Skyrim is better than Oblivion. Gameplay wise, they're not too much different. I really love Morrowind, the predecessor, or Morrowind in English, I think. The collector's edition came with a coin, which I have somewhere. I have it in a box somewhere close by, and I collected coins a while back. Didn't do that anymore. It's something you do as a young adult, as a kid. Like, oh, your parents are like, you collect stamps, you collect coins, or something like that. Scratching, sorry. And it came with which was the best part, with an almanac, like with a book, which told you about, at that point, which was like the background of the history of the Elder Scrolls folks, with it's a lore book with like each race explained, their home country explained, and a lot of stuff. I really liked it. I don't know where I have that. I hope I didn't lose this in the process, but this is a great collector's edition. I think it's expensive by now. I didn't check. I still have the game. The box at least. The game itself I gave to a friend because I have double, and he didn't have it at the time. Because I bought this. I actually will unwrap this. We'll show it in a moment. This is the Ultimate Collector's Edition from the Elder Scrolls games. It's the anthology. And from Elder Scrolls Arena, which is the first part, to Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, is everything in here. It has a protection plastic case. It came out, fans gone nuts, and it was on sale on Amazon Cyber Monday or Cyber Week. If you see this real feels luxury, high class. It's like in metal leathers and everything. You have the older games, the first 2 or 3, the first 3. You have you can install them. They're DRM free. They are work like on your games. They were prepared like that. Oblivion and Skyrim, they actually are Steam keys you can use, and if you don't, I have them, so you can actually play those only if you have Steam. This is like a booklet. You still have you have stickers, you have maps. These are all maps, and you actually get little artworks here, and in between, and I find the right way, you unfold and you have the disc for the games. And Oblivion, Morrowind, again, Daggerfall, and Arena. Really nice thing. I like the quality, the feel of this. It was 25 euros. As I said, it was on sale as it came out. Normally it was double the price, I think. But I even would bought it if it was a full price. I enjoyed the the sale, of course, but it's really worth its money because you get a lot of cool games. You can sink hours and hours in it. Speaking of hours and hours of games, Skyrim is on a channel in German as a Let's Play. Over 500 episodes, 509 episodes to be exact. Oblivion, Morrowind and stuff is coming. Gothic 3 as well is on the channel as a Let's Play. So that's a thing you can watch on the channel. I will address that when I did a Let's Play to it. And now I think where we start. I think we go with the newest entry, which actually arrived today. A Power Rangers game. Yeah. Is it good? No. I checked Amazon for Zords and stuff, and eBay, as I normally do. I checked for stuff I want, for figures and such. And I thought, is there any new game? Because there were rumors of a new Power Rangers game. I just typed in Power Rangers game, and Amazon brought up actually this one, Time Force. I'm like, oh, that's a thing. It was like 30 euros. I'm like, it's an old game and a bit too expensive. I don't really. So I searched and found this double pack. It was sealed. It was still sealed. It's from 201. It's like 21 years old now, at the time of this recording. And well, I'm lucky that I didn't pay 30 because I paid for this double pack, including shipping, 8 euros. I ordered it on Sunday. We have Wednesday. Monday was a holiday for us in Germany, and it came from the UK. It came basically in like 2 or 3 days. It was like shipped out, and yeah, it said shipped out on I think Monday evening and or Tuesday morning, and it arrived today. Like that's super fast for UK. That's ridiculous fast. It's 3+, and I had to agree that I'm 18 to buy this. I didn't have to show my ID, but I think I had to sign for the post lady forgot, I think. And now the point, besides it's not good, the Time Force one doesn't work anymore. I can install it, I can start it, but when I start the game, actually I want to play it, I'm in the menu, it's crashing. I tried certain things. You have 2 discs, one here and like something register your game in another one. The Ninja Storm one I think is a bit older than Time Force, and that actually works, but it's absolute garbage. Sorry, it's absolute garbage. If you see this is a game you buy for someone you hate and give it to him. I'm very open-minded, and I like a lot of stuff other people in Power Rangers wise or other people in general don't like it. Like, why do you like this? This crap? Yeah, everybody has an own opinion and stuff, but I think as I see the pictures in the back, I said it a second ago or two, it's a similar deal with the Ninja Storm game. They're like similar when I see the art style. There are sequences which are drawn. I played a bit of it, like an hour, so I'm like, nah, I don't want it anymore. I still have to uninstall it. The Ninja Storm at least. It's drawn and looks like if you've drawn it in paint. There are like a couple of mini games you like. Actually, this is the Ninja Headquarter. You can, which is the coolest part is yet. Okay, select your ranger, select your color, and you have like for kids at least. You put on your boots, your gloves, your morpher, your helmet. Done. You'll basically you have a little mannequin like I have in the back. That's the coolest part about that. And then you go to the mini games. You have like gliding with the gliders the Ninja Rangers have, and that's like click, don't go too low. Collect some like flags. Then you have like a game where the screen moves on its own, and you have to move your ranger, which is total janky, all mouse controlled, no controller, no nothing. You run in electric fences, you'll get fried and you die eventually if you hit it doesn't do what you actually say to the game. The controls are total bull. One of the better games is Memory with ranger symbols. I think that's enjoyable for kids. You're like, okay, this fine. And freaking Pong, but with Power Rangers. You have a little red ranger. if you choose them yellow, whatever, and you slide and have an energy or destroying stuff, it's Pong. And, well, yeah, but a bad version of Pong because the controls are janked up. And then you have drive your bicycle. You have a ranger on a bike, you have to do some courses, circles, collect flags, don't hit any obstacles because the bike goes boom if you hit too much. And after you finished all these mini games, which I did, you're like, now the game begins. I'm like, yes! And you do the same shit with a little story, with like drawn story in between. Don't buy it. Not even for $5. Or you want to buy it and give it as a gift for someone you hate. Sorry to say, but it's not good. I thought the Lightspeed Rescue game on N64 was like, but no, this is way worse. Okay, let's go to better games and make this in a bigger chunk, I think, because I think this is this part and I can hook off a lot. I will show one or two things and then the main, and yeah, it's hard to, because it's all the same basically. Sims 2. I love the Sims. I played Sims 2 a lot, and I also played a lot of Sims 3, my favorite go-to games, and well, there's a lot of Sims. There's a lot of accessories. You have Sims 2, which is the main game. They do this every time with each new Sims game which comes out. Sims 2 had a lot of stuff cut which was in Sims 1 at the end of it. Then they bring out, well, at first they brought out just like expansions. Stuff like this. Oh, nightlife. You go to clubs and stuff. Cool. Brings in new content like clothing, cars, furniture, whatever, and new features. But then they okay, we can milk money with Sims, so we give you accessory packs. This is just clothing, furniture stuff. Just this, no new gameplay features. For Christmas, glamour with like luxury life. Then you got apartment life, which is a new, yeah, well, expansion with you don't live in houses anymore, you can buy apartments and get new stuff as well. Fun, but yeah. And I think, I don't know if this was cheap or for free, or it's dusty as hell, sorry. Wow. Sims Christmas again. I mean, this is the German version, so that's why it says Weihnachtspack, which is Christmas. Then you have mansions and gardens as an accessory, just furniture and stuff. You can see by the accessory thing, they are all basically the same. This is vacation for the Sims. The Sims can go on vacation. This is free time fun, and this is Sims go to the campus. They go actually graduate in college. There's family fun as an accessory. This one is one of the best expansions, seasons. You actually add seasons to your environment. Who doesn't know Sims this is basically a life simulation. You create your own little geeky, quirky character like yourself or like something else you want, and you play a fun life. You get a job, you get married or not, get kids or not, get pets, and yeah, well, speaking. Woo! I hit my keyboard. Recording still running? Yeah, sorry. Pets. You get pets, dogs, parrots, mainly cats and dogs, and yeah, well, kitchen accessories and bathrooms, new stuff, furniture. This is one of the better parts as well. This is open your own business. When a sim actually, the lighting is weird. Sorry, it's like, give me a sec. Ah, it's this window. Fuck. By the way, hey mama, I love Johnny Bravo. It's a crossover from Johnny Bravo and He-Man. Damn, that lighting. This is fuck's sake. Give me a sec again. Sorry. Don't. Damn it. I swear I glued that. I glued it to the window. As I said, this is the best, or one of the best expansions to Sims 2. This is open your own business. Normally, as I said, you in Sims you have a computer, a phone nowadays, or like you use the newspaper. And I want this job. You have a selection of jobs which are fitting as a career, unlocks a lot of stuff, goodies. Sims is a real great game. Sims 2 is one of the better ones. And well, party accessories, the last one. So that's a lot of Sims. And yeah, it's fun playing. I sunk hundreds of hours of it. At some point I stopped playing. You don't know where to start to finish. You can unlock perks and you can switch jobs. You basically can make your Sims immortal. You can say by default, okay, don't die, or Sims die, play with your children. And it's a fun game, a fun life simulation. And I highly recommend The Sims, especially part 2 and 3. I never really got into part 4. I have that. It was for free on EA's Origin a while back. I seen it in a Let's Play and like, I don't like the style. And they, as I said, they always when they bring out the new Sims, they cut stuff which was in the part before, and you kind of pissed because you have to buy expansions. If you want to buy Sims 4 complete, as it is now, it's like 5-6 years old. You have to spend like $500 to have the entire Sims with everything that is there, which is like crazy. I don't know how much I paid for these. I bought most of them on sale, so... speaking of which, where do we continue? By stacking this aside. Wait a sec. I just have to check. Yeah. Okay, I guess this is as good as any. This pile, it's a bit shorter. More Sims. Sims medieval. And medieval pirates and well, I think it's rich people. I don't know the English translation. It's a different take on a Sims. You are in the medieval terms. You have a different look, like a different style of the way you move around. You have a little story to it. You have a kingdom you manage. You get different jobs you unlock. You skill those. There's an RPG system. I think a lot of people who play The Sims didn't like it. I liked it a lot, but I have to play it more. So one of this. Highly recommended, but as I said, a lot of people don't like it. It's also one of the classic game collection things. I bought it for like a tenner. It's like yeah, this sold good, so we re-stamp it and sell it again. And even more Sims. Sims 3. As I said, they cut off better graphics and everything than Sims 2. Yeah. It's Sims. More fun, which I like most about Sims 3 is Sims 2 had you have an overview map of your city. You have your sim, you choose your house where you live, and if you go to different locations, to bars, to like tennis grounds, whatever is in the city, each expansion expands that, of course. Well, Sims 3 did a different twist on it. It's an open map, so you actually you don't have loading screens anymore. In Sims 2, I visit my neighbor, which I know, and you had always loading screens. Sims 3 didn't have that anymore, but with Sims 4 they gone back and they did gone back to Sims 2 with the loading screens. Just one part where I don't really like it. Sims 3 Vacation, as I said, they cut stuff, you have to rebuy it. Still doing the accessory packs with movies. I don't have all Sims 3 accessories because at some point it's getting more and more expensive. Garden accessories, gardening stuff. So full throttle basically, where you have like cars, luxury, so like bling bling and fancy stuff. Basically, that's the Sims pile for Sims 3. Still recommend this a lot, but I didn't buy all the accessories because it's much. I think I have stuff of that like digitally because Electronic Arts gave Sims 2 and 3 away on an Ultimate Edition on Origin. Now and then they did that. I don't know if they did do this still, but yeah. One game I still have on Steam because this is I had to redeem it, and I still have to play it. Is King Arthur, the role-playing war game. It's a mix between strategy and RPG. You play a young hero who plays along the side of King Arthur, the king from England of the legends. It's a great game. A lot of content in there. The more you play, the more you unlock. You have to manage your own like little towns where you get resources, you get soldiers, you have different types, you have heroes. Each hero can manage a city. You have artifacts, you have quests, and I also did a let's test on this in German, but it has a lot of views. I'm really happy, but I'm surprised as well. This on the pile, and I got this for $5. It's called Apocalypse. It's a hack and slay RPG game. I never played through it because it's a bug fest. They never patched it. It gone like sinking like a ship. It's still fun. The characters, the way they took on this, the types you could play is different to what you normally know. You have mages and like demons and stuff and lizard people. I never, as I said, played through because it has bugs. I never got to a certain point. $5 is not too much, like different kind of bugs, of course, to actually have this. I think it's rare by now, so yeah. And we still have a lot to go with, so take on the next pile. As I said, I'm really sorry because this is a lot to show. Legacy of Kane. Also Legacy of Kane. We have Blood Omen 2, which you play a younger Kane who wakes up after he got defeated. Is weakened. You have to gain back your power. One evil overlord is trying to take over. Like it's the faction which is against the vampires, and there's a really cool story behind that. Also in this bundle which I bought is Soul Reaver 2. It's in the same case. This is the installment, the second one of. It's also Legacy of Kane, but you play Raziel, this guy on the cover instead of Kane. It's more of an action. It's more action based, not as bloody because he is no vampire anymore. He's kind of a demon now. They play with time travel, different dimensions. They do this here in the same way, not as much as in the Soul Reaver saga, but really fun to play. First game I have also, but this comes in the next video because it's a different case. Yeah, I think where do I leave what? As I said, Defiance is also Legacy of Kane. This is the last installment which you actually could play single player wise on Legacy of Kane. You start out with Kane, this guy with the vampire. He's older on this one, and in between, when you finished an act, you switch to Raziel and you play the story, and they meet at some point, fight against and everything. Cool story, doesn't resolve anything in the story which you have minor questions, because I wish there was more. They worked on a predecessor to this, to Legacy of Kane. This is part 5, I think, to part 6. But yeah, Tomb Raider sold better, so yeah, never finished that. They canceled the game, sadly. And I think people know this one, Diablo 3. This is a hack and slay RPG. Diablo 2 one is also known very well. I don't have those other games. I didn't play this in a while. Cool. This is what I really like about having stuff boxed. You have these nice presentations and everything. I really miss this. I buy stuff digitally if it's not available or it's like on sale, so I have doubles as well, but yeah. This is one of those games which is also like, I think it was like $20. I never finished because I don't do good with blood. I almost pass out playing this, but I love The Witcher. I played through the first game, The Witcher 2. This is one of those, if you have this version, you can enter the Steam key, the game key, and enter in Steam and have like download version of it. Great RPG. I try to get back into it, but as I said, I don't do good with blood, so yeah. But I can highly recommend the Witcher series. Great stories behind that. Witcher 1 is also a great game, but even with the play style, the way Witcher 1 is different from normal RPGs. The way you move the character, you have to actually click in a rhythm to actually finish the enemy. You cannot button mash. This takes a different approach, different engine, different playstyle, and its graphics and everything better than Witcher 1. Still a bit linear. Comes with a booklet and everything. And as I said here, highly recommend. And which I also can recommend is this Grotesque Tactics. There's 2 games in here. Evil Heroes and Dungeons and Donuts. It's a great RPG game with a like, what is it called in English? With a round-based fighting system. So you move your character, and if you hit an enemy, it moves to a grid, and you actually have to be tactic about how you fight. You have RPG system where you level your characters, but Grotesque, like, it sounds grotesque itself, is a game which actually parodies other games, not only RPGs. The first one is, as I said, Evil Heroes. The second one is Dungeons and Donuts. The second one is a bit more graphics updated. There's a third one which is in the spin-off, which is called Holy Avatar vs. the Maidens of Death. I have those 3 on Steam as well. Second one and first one is in here. Like, bought it for a $10 on Amazon when I didn't had it on Steam. I think on Steam it wasn't available at the time. Can recommend it. Graphics is pretty good, not too much outdated, I hope. One of the newer games I still have to play through. Oh, also the first game, it's in German again, but the first game of this is a Let's Play on the channel. Grotesque Tactics Evil Heroes can be found. It's one of the latest ones. I didn't do that like just a while ago, and I have to drink something, sorry. Oh, sorry for the Brits. Always have the pinky up. Elden Ring. A Souls-like game. Who never played a Souls-like? The Souls-like games are designed to be really difficult. RPG, adventure type kind of game, with an epic story, crazy bosses, crazy enemies. These games, I mean, Elden Ring is one of those when you play, like, Dark Souls is the, and what it was, there was like another one before Dark Souls, I forgot which one it was. Another Souls-like game, which Dark Souls and the game before it came was actually the ones which founded the Souls-like kind of like what is it called? Oh, damn it, my English today. The like the franchise of it, like the typical. Yeah, I mean, you have RPGs and stuff. You're like, I can't think of it. What is in English? Fuck's sake, sorry. This game is designed to be hard, but it's the most player friendly. If you're new to these type of games, you can get into it the best. I would recommend play this before you play Dark Souls. Yeah, and the Souls-like games are like, if you never played something like this before, there's a meme where like you install the game, you're dead. No, but the weakest enemy can kill you easy. So, but yeah, great game. Coming to a really also great game as well is Alex 2. Alex 2 is the second installment. It's from Piranha Bytes, the same guys who made Gothic, but this one is more in a futuristic setting. A meteor which had a mineral in it is called Alex crashed on the planet of Megalon and destroyed everything. And people are, the survivors, they try to get along, different factions, one hate tech, one love tech, and the people who hate tech love nature. And yeah, in Alex 2 you have 5 factions, in Alex 1 you have just 3. That's the thing with Piranha, but you have, like, most of the time besides this one you have 3 factions. You have to decide for one, you have the quests. It's a really good RPG game. It's an upgrade gameplay wise from the first Alex. They improved really good on the UI, on the menu, on the fighting system. Graphics are debatable. They changed a lot of the graphics. When you know the first part, or even not, the graphics are like nature and everything, building's great, but NPCs look a bit off mostly. But still, it's a good game. And also still ongoing, as I'm from Germany, so sorry to say, in German on the channel, ongoing Let's Play. Still didn't finish it, but what I played is great. First part, LX1, is on the channel as well, is also a great game, and I did play through that. So if you're interested, if I play stuff like this, I'm going close to 100% as I can, show most of it, but I highly recommend LX1 and 2. I mean, I rant a lot sometimes about games which I play when I'm pissed because some stuff is annoying me, but even if I rant a lot, the Piranha Bytes games are great. I love Piranha Bytes and Elder Scrolls games a lot. One of my favorite franchises where I go to. I think I take this pile next. Yeah, I take this pile next, close to the microphone, and move the mouse a bit. Sorry. We're still not through. We still have like a lot. Okay. Goat Simulator. This is basically a meme fest. I got this as a present from my brother-in-law years back. It's a sandbox game where you play a goat with janky physics and you dig around. You basically destroy stuff, do platform puzzles and everything. Yeah, fun to play, but yeah, depends on if you like it or not. It's a game where you just let loose, and I mean, you get an achievement which is called Michael Bay if you destroy a gas station. It says a lot about the game. This is part 8 of a more adult franchise, Leisure Suit Larry. This is the I think not the real Larry per se. I think he's one of the ancestors of the real Larry. This is playing at a campus, and you try to hook up girls. You basically try to, do the flowers and bees, this kind of stuff. It's taking a very fun aspect on that. There's nudity in there. This game is 18+. You have to unlock that. You actually have to do stuff to see that. And it's very mild nudity. It's nothing dramatic. Fun little mini stories in there. It's this guy is like there are older Larry games where this guy is, well, he's a student still, but the older Larry in the older games, he's like 40 or so and tries to get laid and try hit on girls, and he's not successful. Here's a lot of fun stuff in there. You try to hit on a girl, which basically gets lesbian because of him. If you're old enough and you want to play it. It's fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I cannot show the back because there's nudity part-wise on it. I also got a t-shirt with in a weird brown tone with Leisure Suit Larry logo on it. I still have that somewhere. This belongs together. This is Spellforce. Same way as with like the other, like with Gothic and Alex. Might not be known that much because that actually are games which are produced in Germany. They are like from a German game developer studio from, as I said, Piranha Bytes. Same goes. It's not from Piranha Bytes, but this is Spellforce, which is from a German developer studio. This is actually, there's Darth Vader on it because it's from like a magazine. It's the first Spellforce part, which is a mix between RPG and strategic again. What is it today? Actually that game I liked a lot. You have ruins where you have like your hero and you collect different ruins where you can actually summon fighters with lever and everything, and the more rare the ruin is, the more powerful those warriors are. And it's like interesting way of doing stuff. They did another Spellforce 2 then, and I think even was 3, but changed the way everything worked, and I didn't like the second part. I played it as a friend's house where you don't have the runes anymore and, well, runestones, which, so I skipped on that. But as I had this was on sale. This is an add-on for it. It's what is it called? Shadows of the Phoenix. I never played through the entire game because it has a lot of content and it's hard, and I have so many games, as you've seen by now. This I think I bought for like 5 to 10 because I like stealth games. I had most of these for GameCube and like Wii. Splinter Cell Collection. I had those 3 games here plus this one. 3 of them for GameCube, the one for Wii. I wanted to play it on computer and didn't get back to it because I played a lot on the console on it. But I like Sam Fisher and the Splinter Cell games. But sadly, that franchise died at some point. Nobody was interested anymore. I think it didn't sold. So I don't know if Ubisoft is interested in doing a new game on this. Story was not finished as far as I've seen it, but can recommend. It's pretty good stealth games if you like those. Some more, some less. The later ones are better than the first ones. Also a German studio. I have the DLC here as well. Well, not DLC, the add-on, which was called back in the day for all folks. Sacred 2 and the add-on Ice and Blood. It's a hack and slay RPG with very interesting characters like the Seraphine, and I think in the first, I never played really the first part where you had a dwarf you can play. It's not your typical RPG. It had some bugs. I think it crashes on newer systems. I think it's also available on Steam, but this is also from a German studio, which is now bankrupt, sadly. So no Sacred 3. Oh well, there was a Sacred 3, but was crap. Sacred 2 and Sacred 1 can be highly recommended. You have in this one, which I always played, was a Temple Guard and a Anubis Guard, which is half robotic, half Egyptian something with an arm with a huge laser. You loot for epic gear, and really recommend this. Something I also can recommend, but which doesn't work on your systems. At least I didn't get it to run, besides the add-on in this point, which is Black and White, and the Creature Isles add-on to it. Black and White, you play one of, well, Black and White is one of the first 3D god sims. Nowadays, this is like common sense. You're just a hand which grabs people, feeds them. You decide if you're good or evil, depends on your action. You fry people with fireballs or lightning, or you'll be a good god, and depends on how you actually act in the game. Your surroundings change through glowing light and bright to dark and evil and horns and dirty. And you have a little creature which grows, which is you can train him and learn him, runs around, helps the people or eats them. And actually, if the creature does something bad, you slap it to no. This game is from Lionhead Studios, and there's a second part which sadly had no multiplayer but looked graphic-wise better. I think the second part is still working. I wish this was working on all the newer systems as well. As I said, the Creature Isles is just one big isle where you train your creatures. There you can choose between tigers, cows, and whatever. You had to unlock those. You can train that, and you can go over to the Creature Isles add-on and play there with mini games and a separate story. The main story is like you go from isle to isle, do certain tasks, but as I said, sadly it doesn't. This one I didn't get to run on. Even Windows 7 had its issues. but highly recommend that game. Also something I can recommend, which I played on my channel in English and on Mark Sparks' channel, Yu-Gi-Oh, but a different Yu-Gi-Oh. This is the first Yu-Gi-Oh I ever had. This is Power of Chaos. The first one is Yugi, which is in the next video because it's a different case. But then there was the second one, which was Kaiba, and there is Joey, which it's a card game from the anime. It's a lot of fun. It has, if you have all three games which interact, first is like around about 200 cards, then you have like 500, and at last you have like around about 700 cards where you can play against the computer, and with the last installment you can play against friends on a network, on a local one, or over the internet if you use something like Hamachi. And really fun to play if you like Yu-Gi-Oh, like cards. But yeah, there are newer games on Steam which work multiplayer wise on their own, even free versions, but this was the first Yu-Gi-Oh fix I ever had digitally. I can recommend this still. And this is basically from Jobot, when they were still back from Runic Games, a try to do better than Diablo. It's Torchlight, which is an hack and slay in a cel-shaded look. I got this on sale for like $10. I think it does not have multiplayer. The second installment has multiplayer, the third one as well. I never played the third one. I have the second one, which I started, and I have to finish. This is a great one. You grind for gear, same as Diablo, same principle on this. It's just an hack and slay RPG, which is a lot of fun. If you're into this, get it. It's still a good game today. We're on 45 minutes and we're still not done. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I just can't repeat myself. And I don't want to rush too much to it, because these games deserve some time. So this one is kind of a simulation. This is more like a not a simulation. It's a strategy type simulation manager. It's more a manager type of game. It's Airline Tycoons Deluxe. There's a second game on it. I think on Steam I didn't have the second one boxed. You take one of these. They're not really on. You have some characters on the front cover. You can see it has a cartoony look to it. You have them. You pick one of those. The other one are your rivals. My nose are close to sneezing. I hope I don't. 1 sec. Better. Sorry. Really sorry. I don't know what's wrong today. I think I get sick. You manage your own airport with a big comedic aspect. You can sabotage your which is in English, your opponents. And I mean, depends on how much money you spend. You do good or less. You can go to your mechanic and say, dude, what do I pay for repairs of my planes? Yeah, you pay like 20k a month. Doesn't that go cheaper? Yeah, okay, you helped me out before because it's you. My cleaning lady can do it for like 5,000 a month for you. And well, if you do that, your planes are almost crashing every time. So it's a fun simulation manager kind of game. Still works today. Is available on Steam mostly, almost every time on sale for like €1 or $1 or whatever you want to pay for it. Basically, in dollar or euro, depending where you live. Can recommend that one. This one is also on the channel as a Let's Play in German. It's the Curse of the Werewolf. It's a hidden objects game. I don't know why, but a lot of people watch this on my channel. I played it for funsies because I had a phase where I played stuff like this. Hidden object games like this are always like weird story, weird riddles, and it's kind of fun to play if you like that. It's but yeah, I mean this game killed the graphics card of my wife's old computer. Nowadays it doesn't have many more. I think it was incompatible driver wise, but if you want to play hidden objects, pretty short lived, 5 to 8 hours, but still fun. Next hidden objects game House of a Thousand Doors, Family Matters. Way better story, has a bonus chapter, better riddles and puzzles, but yeah, hidden objects game. If you're into it, play this over the Curse of the Werewolf, I think, or play both. Also on the channel as Let's Play. An old RPG I snagged from the shelves for $30. Highly enjoyed it. It was not buggy, but it had some performance issues. Sudeki. Cool story, twists which you didn't expect, 3D. You play all those characters in here. You can level. I never seen a game like this again, like story wise and character wise. It has a mix between fantasy and a bit of like tech in it. Magic tech. I mean, there's several games like this, but nothing exactly like this. It's also available on Steam, as I know, and can highly recommend. It's a good RPG, one of those hidden pearls you might not expect to play. And I have to take some tea. So, ongoing, almost done. Half a pile and a full pile. This is German still. This is The Guild. The Guild in the Universe Edition. I had the classic version of that, the Guild Gold, and the Guild 2 and everything. Guild 1, 2, and 3 is available. Developed in Germany as well. Medieval RPG strategy mix between this one is the Guild 1, and well, basically the Guild 1 is Guild Gold now with an DLC or an add-on, whatever you want to call it, back in the day, where you manage your own, you choose your job, you manage your own company in the medieval times. You're a thief, you're an alchemist or a priest or whatever. You try to become one of the top dynasties, and that was a lot of fun. It still works with some tweaks you have to make that actually, because the save game doesn't save if you don't actually tell Windows to, okay, you can have rights to write in this folder. But I bought this for like $10 or so on Amazon because the old version I had was not working anymore install wise. You couldn't play that. It's like the installer was an older version and they fixed it with a re-release, which is good because I like the Guild a lot. The Guild 2 is one of those games in 206, basically the same fallout as with Gothic 3. We need to rush this out, and everybody hated it because it was buggy as hell. The Guild 2 had like 2 or 3 add-ons. You, instead of like having an overview map and just like click, you go to this building had an inner layout of the building, which is really cool. You in Guild 2, you actually see your character run around, and the management was weird. I prefer Guild 1 over 2, but still, both games with all their DLCs, or what you want to call it, is really great. I never played that, I think, or at least I think I have that planned. I don't know. This is a great point and click adventure. From Germany again. Produced by the Deluxe Studios, or the Deluxe Entertainment, better said. Sorry, the Deluxe Entertainment, published by Deep Silver. The Whispered Woods. It's a great point-and-click adventure story. You have to play it for yourself. It has really fun aspects on it, but if you're more on the on this side, like you can't deal with drama a lot, because it has a big twist in between and in the ending, and it gets really sad. Sorry for the spoiler, but the ending is so sad. That's most with the Deluxe games. They're fun, but they also have put you down to earth and have like a sad ending. So if you don't like that, don't play it. But if you like point-and-click adventures and with good stories, I highly recommend this game. It's a really good one. It's also available on Steam, as I said. I'm not sure. I didn't play a lot over the last 10 years, but I think I wanted to play this as a Let's Play. I'm not sure. And one older game I would love to play again, maybe as a let's play, I'm not sure. And it's dusty. Damn it. Fable. The Lost Chapters. Fable is from the same guy, from Peter Molyneux, who made Black and White. The guy always had some visions for games which came out great, and got lost in the time. Fable is more known, and it's like basically this good or evil. It depends on how you act in the game. You get bright and light and good, or you're evil and dark and everything, and you have a great RPG story around it. So I highly recommend the Fable game, or games. There's more than one of it. The only downside to those games is Fable 2, as far as I know, you can correct me in the comments if you want to, is exclusive to Xbox, the consoles at least. The Fable 1 is PC and console, 3 is PC and console, 2 is... I mean, they are not like strictly interact with each other. Each Fable game is a game on its own, but I would love to have everything on one system. Actually, I don't own an Xbox anymore. I had a 360, but I don't plan on buying one again. I bought this because I love stealth games, and this is all dusty. Damn it. I want to have like a full collection of those games, even if I don't really play that, because I was into collecting games in the past and still are. Is Hitman Contracts. I think this is the second Hitman? Or is it? No, it's the first, sorry. It's the first Hitman game. Stealth game. You play a genetic engineered assassin who does contracts to actually knock out enemies, get paid for it, upgrade your gear, and there's even a good story with it. I mean, there's reworks. This is the first Hitman ever. There's another which is just called Hitman, and Hitman 2 and Hitman 3, but that's a new own take on the Hitman series. It was like $6.99, as you can see. Green pepper is like one of these release things here in Germany, and the pile is getting bigger. Oh, god damn it! I get this in a little box for like $10 or $5, where you actually get games for cheap. Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, same deal as Hitman 1, but upgraded graphics, different story. Also played through it. I think I never played through Hitman 1, but Hitman 2, yeah, I did, and it's still a bit bloody, but it's stuff I can deal with. And I think I need to do a new pile or it will collapse on me. Oh, let's do this before we do the other bit, because that completes a lot of stuff. I think I don't have Hitman 3 to be honest, but I have Hitman 4, Blood Money. Better graphics, 18+ as you can see here, and same deal. Really nice design. Gameplay, Hitman is always a bit stiff. I don't know how it's with like I think Hitman 5 was Absolution. I played that as the last one of the Hitman games. The new ones I didn't play because they might be too bloody for me. But the soundtrack is always great. The atmosphere is great. If you like stealth games and you're good with blood, play Hitman. It's a good way. Or play Splinter Cell, or play both. Back to Peter Molyneux again. With the last game I bought, and I think then the guy just vanished after Fable. I don't know if he's still alive. I think he's alive, but nothing game-wise anymore. Is the movies and the expansion for the movies, which is stunts and special effects. I never seen a game like this. I didn't actually search for that, but I never seen a game like this in the future anymore. It's kind of Sims, kind of. You actually decide you take on our own movie studio. You buy that, you get like in strategy, simulation, whatever games you get like, here's a ton of money, choose a name for your company, and you actually film movies. You have a little area where you place out a trailer, filming locations and everything. With this gets like stunts involved for it, and after you coordinate the actors. You say, okay, I want this actor. You actually hire them, and they film more or less good how their stats are and how they're actually like, have they slept well, have enough food, they are becoming divas if they are stars. And they film you little clips in like comedy and drama and whatever. And you actually can save those clips and watch them afterwards or load them up. I never seen a game like this again. And it's not known by many. I had a lot of fun in the past with this one. It kind of like gone under for whatever reason. It's sad. I really like this game. And I always seen this game, I think, in magazines, and I bought it and never really played it. Advent Rising. I think it's not known by many. It's an sci-fi action game. As I said, I seen it, bought it for like $5 or so on Amazon. I tried it and never played through it because too much games, less time. But what I played was enjoyable. It's one of those older games where you actually, I said it in a Let's Play in the last recordings some weeks ago. You have these older games where like you flip a lever, or I said it on a live stream even, where you flip a lever and it says somewhere open a door and you have to search what happened now. This is one of these games, kind of. And here's the expansion for Gothic 2, Knights of the Raven. Gothic 1 is one of the smaller cases, so we will have that in part 7 of my game collection. Great game. Out of the 3 Gothic games we have, there's a 4th Gothic game, but it's called Arcania Gothic's Tale, developed by a different studio. Not good. Don't play Arcania, not a good game at all. Different story, different protagonist. Bullshit. That when it comes to fans, and I'm one of those, Arcania does not exist. I tried to play it as a trash Let's Play. At some point I said, okay, cut, I'm done, and I didn't play through it. I just quit the project. Also, Gothic 3 has an add-on, standalone add-on, which is buggy as hell, created by an Indian studio who never made a game before, and that's also non-existing for fans. I don't have that. I don't want that. But Gothic 2 Knights of the Raven, this is the German part from it, as I said, from a German studio, available in English as well on Steam. Gothic 2 is one of the best RPGs I played ever in my life. I highly recommend Gothic 2. It has its issues, it's not perfect by far. For now, game standards, the controls are a bit weird, but good game, really good game. If you're into retro games, play this one. And now, last pile. Batman Arkham Asylum. One of these games, when you have the key and put it in Steam, you get it digitally. I did. Batman Arkham Asylum is, after years, one of the games where you're like, oh, this is an IP which get made into a game, which is basically movies and TV shows, and normally when it goes like this, games are shit. They are not good. This game is so good. This story, the gameplay. I mean, the gameplay is not perfect because it's the first installment, but you actually have the feeling, I'm Batman. And I highly recommend this game. I started a Let's Play on it in German, but at the time the publisher Warner Brothers Games was like, nah, we don't want that, so I took it down from the channel. I might redo that in the future, I'm not sure, but highly recommend this one. Another Power Rangers game. Published by Disney, and I think also made by Disney, I'm not sure. No, made by A2M. Power Rangers Super Legends. An original story where you play different characters in a side-scrolling action game, an action adventure in a Power Rangers setting where the time is corrupted. It's something like Boom Studios, just in a really minor scale. Boom Studios does with their Shattered Grid and everything. Rangers Lord Zed is back in the story from from different timeline, tries to conquer different dimensions, kill the rangers and everything. It's fun to play. Gameplay is really good, even for an older game. And yeah, this is also on the channel in English and has good views. I don't know why, but I'm thankful for it. I really liked it. It was more of the decent Power Rangers games, which we had before we had Ninja Storm and stuff. Well, I think this came afterwards. Let me check. Oh yeah, this came in 2007. This is one of the better games. So it's not perfect. I mean, Battle for the Grid is debatable for some people who don't like it. It's arena brawler, but this is a story-based single-player game where you can level your characters and everything. You can unlock new rangers. You play with basically almost every ranger from start to finish from different timelines. Overdrive, Ninja Storm, and so on. And I have an itch again. God damn it, I have to shave, I think. But recommended, if you can still get it. There was a DS version for it. Never played that one. So I think it's different from the PC version. I never played this, but the way I started, and this is Divinity 2, Ego Draconis. It's an RPG game, kind of like Oblivion, Skyrim-ish, like from the third-person style. It's a bigger open world-ish game. It feels open world, but it's part-wise linear. But it's a good game, and I can recommend it, even for Power Rangers fans, because there's what is it? It's not a meme. There's a scene in there when you go to a certain place and fight some bandits, and they approach and do a morphing sequence like the Power Rangers. I pissed myself laughing as I played that. So highly recommend this. Good RPG. Also available on Steam, I think. Witcher 1, which started the entire Witcher franchise. The studio is CD Projekt Red. I think they're from not Ukraine. From what's it called in English? It's more of like the eastern region of the world, not Asia, but in that direction. And they're a little group of people who liked games themselves and wanted to create their own. They bought the Aurora engine, which is an engine for Neverwinter Nights, and they polished and got so much out of it, like a lot, and made The Witcher, which is and upgraded it on like for free with HD texture and everything. This is a really great RPG nowadays. I said it before, as I've shown in Witcher 2, but the playstyle is very different. You can choose like top-down or like third-person view, but if you actually have an enemy, you have a little cursor as a sword, and it lights up, and you have to click it at the right moment. If you don't do it, you screw up. You cannot button mash, and a lot of people hated this in this game. I don't mind. Alchemy plays a big part in this. This is actually based on some books, which follows the story of that, of the Witcher books. I highly recommend The Witcher. Also, you can add this code and enter it in Steam. Well, I could at least. I don't know if it's still possible, yeah, but Worms 4 Mayhem is a party game with multiplayer. I don't know if still the multiplayer works. I had that on console as well. You play one of those little worms, and they have the weirdest weapons, like exploding sheep, cows, holy hand grenades and everything, and you can design them with costumes, as you can see on the cover, and you blast the NPCs or your friends when you play online or split screen mode, and play against them. There's always a little single player campaign with a story in it, which is fun. This one, I think, is this. Yeah, this one involves time travel with pop culture references to Back to the Future, and the maps are crazy. I wanted to say maps and crazy at the same time, so it came craps out of it. Sorry. It's a fun game. I really enjoy playing it, and I still have to replay it because this game is bonkers but fun. This is a similar deal. Worms Fortress, same or similar deal than Mayhem, with a twist. Fortress says it in the name. You have to build castles before you can use weapons. Not all of them, but most of them required that. Didn't like that much, but the story was fun and the multiplayer as well. So it's a Worms game. It's a 3D Worms game. There's a 2D one as one. I'm one of I like 3D more. Friends of mine like 2D more. I'm torn with that, but yeah. Batman Arkham City. Second Arkham game with Batman. Great game as Arkham Asylum. Bigger map, more Batman, more tools, great story. Highly recommend playing this. I have Arkham Knight as well, which is the third installment in the Arkham series, but I don't have it physically. I bought it for the Arkham Knight is like a different take on it. It was even bigger than this. The third one has, well, you're in a restricted area in the city with all the gangsters in there, and there's a really cool standalone Batman story like with Asylum. In the first one you were just in Arkham Asylum. Here you were in a part which became an Arkham on its own, which is a part of a city they actually locked up. The third one is Arkham Knight, is where you have basically, I think, entire Gotham, or a big part of it. You need the Batmobile to drive around and everything, and really cool game. But as it came out, it was buggy as hell, and they actually took it down for buying. I got it on a key reseller for like 16 euros with everything that was with DLC, season pass, and I played through the game through Arkham Knight. Not this one. Arkham Knight is, as I said, different one, with like the game crashing once and have one glitch. Everyone was like yelling and like, this game is shit. I don't have any issues. But yeah, story was good. Arkham Knight is a great game. They fixed all of it as far as I can tell, and I can highly recommend the Batman games. I'm really looking forward to the Gotham Knights game, which should be out soon-ish. Two Worlds. Well, Two Worlds 2 actually. I never played much of it. I got it for like $5 again. Is RPG. First Two Worlds was an approach to actually do a open world RPG game, which had a different take on it, where you actually melted items. Like you had like two parts of the same weapon and combined it and with alchemy and stuff to make potions and make it stronger and stronger. That was a bit, well, it was not very well balanced. You got so overpowered soon that you had like 10 minutes to actually play through the entire game to kill someone who is the end boss. I never played much of this. My wife played this. It's fun, different take on than the first game. Still a great RPG as far as I know, but I still have to play this. I have a lot of on my pile of shame, as you can see. Hellgate London, basically Diablo, because this is made from Flagship Studios. They got bankrupt, they gone broke sadly. They tried, they were all developers who they left Blizzard and tried their own take on Diablo, but more in a 3D-esque way. If you had like someone with a gun, you have like a shooter. If you have someone with swords, you have more like an RPG type. You grind for weapons. I like this. I didn't check the Steam version, but last time as I bought the Steam version, I refunded it because this is an old game. I think from, when is it? It's old. It still works. Is there a date on it? 2007. But they brought out years back, I think 2 or 3 years back, this one on Steam. But this is this has the graphics of DirectX 9 and 11 in it, or 10 at least. 11 is great graphics, but the Steam version left the higher DirectX version out, so it looks shit. The Steam version was available for like $8.99 early access, and it had there was like multiplayer online gameplay on it, and that if you were a founder and you used online gameplay, you got exclusive content story-wise and itemized. That is not in this, but the Steam version has that, but it looks shit. The Steam version, as I said at last time I played it, it was so downgraded. I thought, well, like, you have this game, they have the basis which you put on Steam, and you downgrade it graphic-wise? Why? I didn't understand it, but yeah, if you have this, or Steam is patched now, I don't know, I didn't check. I might check that afterwards, see how the reviews are, and put a little note on the screen in post. But I can recommend this game, but the physical version instead, for now at least. I got this. I played a demo of Orcs and Man. You have this big orc and this little goblin here. The goblin is the stealth guy, and the orc is the brutal, I smash everything in the ground Hulk guy, basically. Awesome story. Those two they are kind of like, they have to deal with each other to fulfill a quest. I never played through it, never had the time, and as I bought this game, my computer was not powerful enough. And I wanted this game. It was on Amazon for like 50 or so. No, it was on Steam for 50, on Amazon for 30 digitally, and for 5 with free shipping boxed on Amazon. So I put up this boxed. great adventure RPG kind of game. When you like goblins and orcs, play it. The studio Cyanide, which made this game, made different other games with like the goblin. You have a stealth game with it. I forgot the name of it. Damn it. Which is the 2 stealth games actually. Cyanide also has Aura Clash, which is round by like in top-down 3D RPG strategy mix, which is what the studio Cyanide has some great games, but they actually are, I think, not well known. So this makes me sad to see this again. I said that on the GameCube review, Phantasy Star Online a lot. And the console version, Phantasy Star Online, is playable to this day, offline, even if it's called online. I bought this back in the day for 40 euros or 50, Phantasy Star Universe. This is a predecessor which had a nice story, upgraded graphics for the time, but it requires online service to play, even for single player. The service was shut down years ago, and I don't even can install and play this game anymore in a single player campaign. I paid good money for it, but I cannot play it anymore. Shame on you, Saga. It's a great game. I wish I could play it. I checked if there's a patch or something. There's nothing where you can do. Well, I didn't found any. If you have a hint for me, I would love to play this again. I love the characters. I love the story. The music in this is great. I'm not too much of a music guy, but this is great. And I cannot play it anymore. So, Phantasy Star Online it is. This is also Dusty. And this is a great game. I didn't play all of it, but it's called Viva Pinata. You have your own garden, which is all in this like paper mache pinata style, where it's very colorful, very friendly. It's a good game for kids. I think it's also on consoles, on Xbox, because it's a Microsoft game. It should work still. I didn't check, but last time I played it, it's developed by Studio Rare. I love Studio Rare. I said that again in different videos. I say it again, and I said it in the past, where you attract pinata animals. You attract little birds. When you build houses, you have to feed them. You have to plant flowers and everything. And if you have a certain type of pinata, you attract different pinatas which eat them, and you have to build your own pinata zoo, basically. Really fun, especially for kids, as I said. Back in the day, as I was like, oh, what should I play? You don't have Steam, or it was just like coming up. I was with friends in the hardware store and like which game I want. There are not many out I like or didn't have. Well, and I picked Dungeon Lords. My friend's like, that's buggy, I read that in a magazine. Yeah, it was buggy, they fixed it. It has still its issues, but it's a classic dungeon crawler RPG game. I like it a lot. There's a Steam version on this. God damn it, language, sorry. Give me a sec. There's an upgraded Steam version from this, and I have this as the Steam version as well, but I prefer this one. The graphics in the Steam version are better, but this game, I mean, you have 2 levers for difficulty and monster spawn rate. If you have that high enough, monsters spawn like crazy. You actually have the part where you hit enter to hit your key for the menu for your items and for your equipment, and the game pauses, but it still spawns monsters and they stay still where they spawn. And even in cities, you have like shops where you don't actually get attacked. You can pause the game by opening your inventory and drink a potion and stuff, and it has a nice story to it. A really interesting dungeon and everything. Like the dungeons are like the dark dungeon, light dungeon, fire, and it's kind of Zelda-esque with a certain element to it, which you have to keep in mind to go through it. You have certain magics, arcane magic, and you have rune magic, and it's a really interesting gameplay. But the Steam version has the downside: if you open your inventory, the enemies spawn and attack you still. They're not frozen as in this one. So if you get new equipment, or you just want to get a health potion and don't have anything in a quick bar, you need to be in a city, in a shop, to actually switch gear out and stuff, because otherwise you get killed by enemies. So prefer this one. As this came out, it even didn't have a map. They patched that afterwards. I shown this before in the anthology, Skyrim. Bought it at release, was like 10-15 on a cyber sale on Amazon, and I bought this. This is the DLC for Oblivion, the Shivering Isles. Oblivion is a good game. It's a bit plain and repetitive when it comes to the main Oblivion. There are great weapons and armor. I didn't say that earlier in the anthology and on the collector's edition, but the Shivering Isles is more like Morrowind again. From the aesthetics, it has a great story. The DLC, actually, the Shivering Isles, is more enjoyable, if you ask me, than the main part of Oblivion. Both on its own have a lot of content in it, and it's recommended to go into this when you're higher level, because the monsters are higher. So I think I take this not too high because my microphone is close and I don't want to bump it. We're almost done. Mass Effect. Great RPG from Electronic Arts. There's more than one part. I have part 2 and 3 on Steam, but I never played through this. Shame on me, I know. It's a great sci-fi RPG. Part 2 is not as good as part 1, and part 3 is debatable by fans because of the ending. I want to play through all those Mass Effect games because I heard they're good. There's also a remastered version now available, so I will see. This is basically futuristic sci-fi RPG, so if you're on to that, highly recommend. What I also can recommend, and I didn't try this because I have it on Steam, but the Steam version doesn't work. I don't know if this works. Thief 3 Deadly Shadows. I like stealth games a lot. The Dark Project or Thief franchise started the stealth genre, and in a good way, which you would take, okay, if I'm on wood or a metal, enemies can hear me better. You have to take that if you can see me if I'm light or in the shadows. And this is the 3rd installment of the game, and I really like stealth games. It's a sad that I cannot play this anymore. I want to do a let's play on it, but I didn't check my physical copy, but the Steam version I cannot get to run properly on my newer systems if it comes to the part where like I really want to do this, I might set up a virtual machine to have an older system and have this running. So, but if you can play this, play it. Damn it. Itchy. I think it's the dust from all those games. Something I bought right on the way as it was out, and my computer didn't run it good, but I have it on as a Let's Play, as I had a better system on my computer as a Let's Play as well, is just Thief, or Thief 2014. The main protagonist, Geralt, looked different than part 1 and 2, and well, he looked different part 3, but more than 1 and 2 again. This is basically the 4th game in the series. I think we will never have a 5th game because Square or Eidos Interactive doesn't like the franchise anymore. It didn't sold well, sadly. The game had issues. It has an open city which you can roam free. Great story. I liked Thief a lot and wished for some tweaks and twists, and there was at first like, yeah, we do a 5th part, but when time came, they're like, we just canceled that and good. Can recommend this. Also available on Steam for cheap money nowadays. There's a sale most of the time when it comes to sales. Thief is one of those which is easy to grab. And yeah, one game which I got from a magazine again, from a German studio I mentioned earlier, is the Deluxe Entertainment, which is the Ponya Doomsday. It's a point-and-click adventure. It's a great game. This is actually an anthology-esque, because here are all the Ponya games in there. There's the Ponya 1, 2, and 3, and Doomsday is the 4th installment. As I said, the games end a bit sad. I have the Ponya 1 on the channel as a Let's Play, so if you want to see that, it's in German, but this game is available in different languages if you like point-and-click adventures. You basically have this guy, it's called Rufus. He lives on a planet which is made, well, not made, but it looks like it's completely overrun with garbage. The planet itself has a name, I forgot it, which translates to garbage basically, and he just wants to get off the planet. There's a big city in the sky which is called Utopia, where he wants to go and leave this shitty life he has. This is always his goal in these games. In the 4th game he gets to Utopia, but it's different than he imagined it. The woman here is called Goal, and he falls in love with her, and his goal is to become a couple, basically. That's also the game is pretty fun, as I said, but it always the Deluxe games always have a twist, at least the adventures, where it gets a bit sad. This is not as sad as the Whispered World, but still, I highly recommend the Deluxe and highly recommend the Ponya. Great adventures. And I forgot I have these games. The first one I have on the channel in German as a Let's Play, and this was the game which killed my interest in hidden object games. Grim Tales. This game is far from good. Grim Tales is a hidden objects game. Here is 1 and 2 on it. I think I paid like a $5 for it. The first like 4 hidden object games from the Grim Tales saga are pretty okay. I think the 5th or 6th installment is the way where it's gone south. There are like 12 or I think 17, I don't know, a lot of games, 12 and the minimum of 12 games of Grim Tales, and they gone weird each time, each game. I mean, hidden object games in general are a bit bonkers, but everything from like game 5 to 6 in Grim Tales is like, forget it. Don't really play Grim Tales, please. Not really good games. The first 5 maybe if you're into that, but yeah. And I took way more of your time than I should. 1.5 hours. Fuck's sake. Sorry, really sorry for this, but so many games and I'm still not done with PC. And I'm just talking physical. I don't know if I do digitally. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you if you stayed to the end. We see us in the next video, if it's an unboxing, let's play, whatever, German or English. Stay safe. I'm out for now and I think I need a break. Bye.